wheels. Now the intrinsic difference between our cart and an Eddie's Wheels cart is this. This one's going to be shipped to Spain, so I've got the couplings in it, so it will go into a smaller box. Because even though we've got a good deal with Parcel Force, insofar as we can ship carts to Europe reasonably cheap, it will be cheaper still if we break it down and put it into a smaller box. Now the only difference between our carts and Eddie's is that we use this stuff, which is called Delrin. Yeah, we use that for all the blocks, all the connectors. Eddie uses aluminium blocks like this. Yeah, so whereas we use plastic, he uses this. But what happens with these, over the years, the little tiny screws corrode into the block. So if in, say, 2 years' time your dog's passed on, but you'd like to pass the cart on to another dog, you won't be able to, because you won't be able to take this apart. You will not be able to alter the size of it. So that's why we use Delrin, which is an industrial plastic used in the aircraft industry. Now that is basically the only difference that we've made. The design is the same, just that the carts are cheaper, because you haven't got the expense of importing them from America. Now, the other difference between our carts and other people's carts, this is a cart for a small dog. Her name's Shiny, she's 17 years old. This is going to her tonight. Now as you can see, it's incredibly lightweight, again all Delrin fittings, but the main difference is in our wheels. Dogmobile, and even Eddie, I mean Eddie uses bearinged wheels, but not as good as this. Dogmobile use wheels like this. Now look at that piece of crap, look, it won't even turn. These wheels are National Health specification. Look, see how easy that is to turn. Now for a small dog that is essential. Now that's the sort of wheel we use when we're doing a cart for this size dog. You may see this dog belting about once we take it to her tonight. It depends on the weather. But these wheels cost us £20 each. But I don't care, because the dog, it makes it easier for the dog. Now the reason why you've got so many crap carts on the market, like this from Dogmobile, is because they don't want skilled labour. They don't want to have to employ someone who's going to charge them to do something skillful. They want to do it on the cheap. I mean, look at this. Look at how this bloody thing is put together. And the only skilled bit is welding. Well, that's welding mild steel. And you pay for it in the weight, and that is for a German Shepherd. Look, it towers over a German Shepherd. And as I say, look at those crappy wheels. Look, what are those wheels costing? £1? And our carts are so light because we're made of aluminium. To weld aluminium is a skill. We've got a TIG welder and we weld it, but they won't do that because it's going to cost them a fortune. Right, so now carry on and watch the DVD. You'll see lots of carts, they're Eddie's Wheels, and in terms of how they're built, it's exactly the same as we make them over here, but ours are cheaper because you don't pay the vast import costs of bringing it over from America. Right, that's it.
I'll walk up this way, she might fall.
She's dragging that claw, isn't she? Hang on.
You might need a lead. I was ready to get a lead for her. Oh, I've got it.
Right. Now. Come on. Cool, you're heavy. Come on, child. Come on. Oh shit, he's walking on his own.
Yeah, look, she's doing it.
Come on.
Just needs to be sure to steer up
feel her feet.
Yeah, we'll Come on. Good girl.
That's it. It takes them a little bit of time to get used to how to get it to go forwards. I had an English Bull Terrier, he was standing.
Go on, child. Go on, child.
happy, he's lively, he's alert, as opposed to being down, depressed, miserable. And he's got a new lease of life now. Because I couldn't do anything without being behind him, picking him up all the time or helping him up the steps. So it just wasn't fair. So the only thing that would be the kindest to him was to have him put to sleep. But there was so much life at the other end. Cut him in half and he's a completely different dog. This end... Come on, mate.
One leg through. One leg through there. One.
Oh.
Whoops, open it. Normally the legs are supported in stirrups at the back, the useless back legs, but the dog doesn't know that. They still continue to move their legs as though they're running, even though their legs aren't touching the ground, and it improves the blood circulation, the muscles get better.
Knows full well that he's going to be better in the future. You know, he's going to have fun. We're going to have fun as well. You know, it's I can't thank the cart enough. Yeah, that's what
being used by a dog named Domino. Domino sadly is now gone. But that cart is still in use 4 years later, and all it has ever needed are to have the inner tubes replaced where the dogs have punctured them. What we're going to show you now will be the rival carts, carts made by other companies. There's, first of all, you'll see the Canine. That's one of the oldest carts in existence, very big, very cumbersome. Then you'll see the Dogmobile. We had one of those, a murderous cart to put the dog into, and then you'll see the dog on wheels. I did have quite a lengthy piece of film of Dax being put into the dog on wheels, but the quality of the film is so appalling I really couldn't put you through watching it. But it takes about 4 minutes to put him into it. What I will show you is how unstable it is once it's used. You watch Dax as he chases the ball. It's also a design that uses almost a pair of nylon knickers that you hang the dog up into. And this is just no good. It causes chafing, sores, eddies, nothing like that happens. So just sit back and watch the film. You'll also see some of the dogs that we've put on wheels. Most of the filming is done as I arrive with the cart, so there's no rehearsing. The dogs are just put into wheels and off they go. Okay, enjoy the film. Don't expect Spielberg. We're not that good. Okay. The original Canine cart, which was designed by a vet in America. Not bad as a cart. I mean, they do work, but they're just very large and very cumbersome. The leg loops just tend to be sort of one size for the for any dogs. They're not made to the dog's measurements. All you do is you drop the dog into it, and then you do up the front chest strap, and the belly strap to hold the dog in it. But as you can see, it is a cumbersome and quite heavy piece of kit. It doesn't fit very easily into a car. This one is Dogmobile. This is a German Shepherd-sized Dogmobile cart. This is the one that they say the only cart in the world that the dog can lie down in. We had one, our dog never laid down on it, and I've known dozens of dogs to use them and none of them have laid down, and many of them object very strongly to the idea of having to sit on a foam cushion to actually get mobile. The idea is, of course, you fold this thing to the floor, You then have to lift the dog bodily onto that foam cushion, hope that it will stay there while you do up 3 straps. The straps are missing off this one now, but a strap goes over the back, one goes underneath, and one goes around the chest. Chances are, by the time you've got the thing in the raised position, the dog has gone. Again, not a very successful cart, very heavy, and they will fit in. They fit into a car quite well. That's about the best thing that can be said for them. This tacky piece of kit is a dog on wheels. It's made of tubular steel. If you've got a pipe bender, you could make it yourself. It really is the most cheap and nasty piece of kit I have ever seen. This one you will see in a piece of video. Unfortunately, the video film is quite dark, but you will see this one. It's the one that Dax is using. This is the same cart. This has had next to nothing use. But look, see how the clips, what they do, they suspend a pair of almost nylon knickers into the type of clips that you would use to hold a dog's collar on. Now, they're not made to hold weight, and as you can see what happens, they snap. They're held in by Jubilee clips. You can make this yourself. If you watch the piece of film with Dax, you'll see that it takes about 3 to 4 minutes to clip him in. Look, this is how it's held together. Look, Jubilee clips holding just plastic clips. Now these things break. In at the back, look at the straps at the back. They're once again held on with nuts and bolts. So you could buy all this stuff in B&Q and make it yourself, and you'd probably have more success with it than this thing has. It's the most unstable piece of nasty tack I've ever seen, and if you watch it in the film, you'll see it wobbles all over the place. The idea of this is that the dog wears like a pair of... Oh, look the way it's swaying all over the place.
Swinging in the harness.
God, oh, that can't be any good, can it?
That's what I went to get, says his... Oh, I've got his leg caught up in it.
This thing costs, by the time it's imported into the UK, it's coming to about £550. This is approximately 4 weeks old. And as you can see, it's a hell of a game to get the dog into it. And the stability just isn't there, look at it. God. Oh, there's no comparison, is there, Dave? There just isn't.
I want you to see him in it.
Yeah, lovely.
Film the two, and I think all they describe it, I think you actually see it. It certainly hasn't got the stability and the hassle of getting in it. I'll just show you the condition of the... You see the condition of the harness after just the 4 weeks. It's...
Yeah. So I mean, really, you'd have to buy a new harness for it, wouldn't you?
Oh yes, you will. Yeah.
I don't care if it wastes a bit of film.
Right, Bexy.
Come here. One through there. One through there. Open that. Put your legs through. Close the clips. Pin in. Back pin in.
That's your good boy.
And there you go.
Now, how's that? And that's a difficult dog.
Now.
They don't cut much walk with them, that.
Where's your towel?
Here's the tail.
Here, mate.
Now down the garden and prepare.
Yeah, I'll wheel.
Turn it off now.
No, leave it. No, see the difference.
Even the bushes.
He's running faster in that one as well, I believe.
He is, isn't he?
Well, the other one was beginning to rot, wasn't it? As he was,
Yeah,
the faster he went, the more it rocked.
He's been over 2 times,
No, that's lovely.
It's
That's great.
It's allowing his body weight to shift in that, whereas, as I say, you've got him rigid in this.
cart you're about to see is the Dogmobile. They bought it for their dog Sadie, who fell out of it 5 times and finally refused to go anywhere near it. They returned it to Dogmobile, and that cost them £70 just to do that. They then contacted me in desperation, and fortunately I was able to loan them, or arrange the loan of a cart, while Sadie had her own one built. Look at how much more confident she is in the Eddies than she was in the Dogmobile. And bear in mind, the Dogmobile is made of steel, so it is incredibly heavy. An interesting or an amusing story with this was that there was a local tomcat, and there was a great deal of animosity between the two of them, but the cat had realised that Sadie couldn't get around anymore and had been coming in closer and closer and closer to him. Well, he made the mistake of doing this on the first day she was in her Eddie's wheels, and she spun around apparently like a ballerina and flew across the yard after him. The only way he could get away was to dive between a container and the fence, and Sadie was trying to drag the Eddies down the small gap at the back. So just watch the difference between Sadie in the Dogmobile and Sadie in the Eddies wheels.
Just roll that down straight, I think. Come on then, Slade. Come on, do it. Come on. Come on. Slade. Come on. Forget to start to go forward, pause and just her collar a bit. Good slut. She didn't leave pause, she's frightened of falling. We'll just let her get on film and then I'll tear out on it. I bet it's a lot of weight on the front legs for a while, you know. She don't go over again. That's okay. Outside. Oh yeah. Look at that. Go on then, get up.
alright. Alright, lad. Started, yeah?
What's this? Nice biscuit. Solomon's biscuit. Come on. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Oh, nearly. Oh,
I
well.
tell you what, he surprised me. I never thought he did use it. I honestly didn't. When I said to you before, I think you're going to be wasting your money, I didn't think he'd use it.
He's just lazy. He's just a lazy dog.
You're lazy boy, ain't you?
You're never going to run around in it, but at least, you know, if it enables him to get down the garden, that's all we want, really.
Not a lot at the moment.
Solomon! Come on! Come on!
Verse 3.2.
Come on!
Teaching a child to walk.
Ollie, come on. Come on then.
Chew, Dad.
It might be hard work for him to start with, you have to.
He has to get the idea of getting himself to go forward, that's what it is. There he goes.
Well done! Well done! Oh, nearly! Good boy!
Trouble is, he's going to want bloody chews
Like
every
a
time.
table dog walks.
Try him on the lead, have to see if we can encourage him to drag him round a bit.
Yeah. No, you don't. You get the leg and you put it through there.
Yes.
And let it hang like that. Yeah?
Oh, I see.
But that'll be once he can't walk anymore.
Right.
I mean, at the moment, I would say to you, let him just use it as a support
Yes.
to hold himself.
Yeah. Right.
Is it filming, Ted?
Yeah.
Come on then, Blue.
Come on, mate.
Come on, Lush.
Lucy, come on. Lucy, come on. Come on. We've got to get you going, haven't we? Come on, old chap.
I'm going to send a picture of this to a national newspaper. I can't believe that picture. Right now, hold on.
Get it. I'll have to go down. Probably not. Is it right?
Old boy, mate. There you go.
I'm going to try and get him to go down the drive. So
will.
Okay.
This is getting all wet.
What?
Getting all wet, is it alright?
Yeah. Is it filming?
Right, come on, Blue.
Right, come on, Blush. Off we go. There you go.
Yes.
Now watch him. We have to watch his width. If he runs out the wall, he'll tip it over.
Do you want to do this?
Yeah, because it...
Run, isn't it?
Come on then.
Come on, mate.
I think he's a bit on... Come on. Do you want to go? Go for a walk.
Yeah, if I put the lead on.
Come on, mate. Come on. Come on, Lush. Come on, boy. Come on, gorgeous. Big one to glass after comes.
Yeah, watch him where he's running against the wall.
Yeah, if he goes over, treat it as a big joke with it. Treat it as a
Look at him.
So that eventually the back legs will just be carried.
Eventually, if he loses the use of his back legs,
Yeah.
then you just put him up in those stirrups.
I think he's getting
So,
I'll leave the gate open. So we
Where Baker's Lane is? Where? Baker's Lane.
No, I don't. Lincoln itself, is it?
Yeah.
Well, it must be in the other part, in the main part of Lincoln.
Yeah.
Turn left here and then right,
Yeah.
and you're in the high street. You go down there. I think I'm going to give you a rough steer here, but I think it's on the left as you go down. But, come on then. Let's see how you go.
What are you guys doing?
He wasn't able to go as fast as this. You have to get out of his way because he runs over you. Because what he wants to do is run against the wall, that's the trouble.
All these, what he wants to do, what he used to do, he's doing now.
Yes.
This is a dog here, not a bitch. It's a dog. When it's a bitch, what you do, you put a bit of hose pipe right along here, put a little tail on.
Oh, right.
That means you can't fiddle on a tail.
No.
He will go to the toilet first.
Let me take her.
Oh, he's just gone into the water. Right, let's go and see those pom-poms. He will keep going across